Alright, let's get that noggin a jogging. Those almonds activated and those pistachios percolating. So, the whole Nissan drama going on YouTube and everyone talking about it, there's some information that people are leaving out here and there. With all the YouTube channels covering the drama as it happens, they tend to forget some details here and there, mix up dates, mix up information, and that's fine, so a little bit, but it's becoming a bit of a problem. It's mainly when it comes down to names and the overall timeline. But it hasn't caused any major issues yet. Just keep in mind that not everything you hear is 100% true. There's only like maybe one person on YouTube that you can actually trust when he gives you a timeline, and that is Stevie Wolf. He has more information cataloged and documented than anyone else that I know of on YouTube. That anyone really knows of on YouTube, because he actually talked to Kai's parents, or yeah, Kai's parents at one point. No, it wasn't Kai's parents. It was I think Shiloh's parents. I don't know. He talked to one of the victims' parents. I can't remember which one. That's my phone going off. Oh well. And overall, the if you have any questions about timelines, the best thing to do is talk to Stevie Wolf, due to him having either firsthand seen the drama breakout and kept track of the timeline, or has received the information directly before the whole Chris Henson investigation has started. And that's about all I'm going to talk about with the timeline, and I'm going to shift towards the topic of the last few days, because this is February 2nd and 2020. So those of you keeping track, you probably realize there's a little bit of a drama going on with Onision, Billy the Fridge, Stevie Wolf, and Jeff Holiday that probably was talked about on the Drunken Peasant podcast that happened last night, the February 1st of 2020. But I'm not sure yet because I have not watched it because I didn't know that was a thing. So we are going to get into it in one moment. I have a hard time figuring out how to work this pause button. But let's go over the drama the last few days. So last week, the day of the Onision court case with Repsion, that got dismissed because Onision um, decided didn't do his proper research and served the wrong Chris Hansen, and there was the problem with him dismissing his case because he claimed that a lawyer told him to, which sure, maybe Onision was smart enough to actually hire a lawyer. That's still debatable. Though you can always watch Repsion's video on the topic and his viewpoints, which probably more informational, because he was actually there and I was not, because I I don't have a reason to go, because that's quite a few states away, and it's honestly none of my business to go to a court case like that. But that's my headset dying. Great. Oh my god, I just recorded 5 minutes of audio and I was paused the entire time. So let's. Fuck. Yeah, I just recorded about 7 minutes of audio just to realize that the mic was never unmuted, or the recording was unpaused. So let's start back over to where I remember. The drama the last few days from Onision's court case has been involving mainly because of Billy's interview with Onision later that night when Billy the Fridge went to Onision's house. Billy the Fridge and Onision used to be friends until Sarah came out with her allegations against Onision for the grooming and everything else that she says he did to her, and some the evidence provided that all this may have happened. I say may because until it's actually proven in court, I don't know. My opinion, he did it. Onision's a sick little fucker, and I say little by meaning little because he looks about the same height as Billy the Fridge, and Billy the Fridge is supposed to be 5'8", 5'9", and that puts him about the same height as my girlfriend, if that's true. So, by definition, he's a manlet. But I'm no better because I'm not that. I'm shorter than my girlfriend. Oh boy. But when Billy went to Onision's house, it was a big ordeal with Billy being told by Base and Billy's words, persuaded by Chad to go to Onision's house and do an interview. Which, sure. Now, I want to mention something here because it's going to come up later. Uh, Billy Fridge spent most of the day. It was like an 8-hour, almost 8-hour stream, if not 8 hours, in which he was driving around Washington trying to get to the courthouse. Pardon my doubts. It was him driving around the highway and not going to the courthouse. He could have gotten. He broke. He said he broke down. He could have Ubered to the courthouse. He could have Ubered to the courthouse. Oh, sure, your car gets trapped there. Oh, right. You, Billy could pay to get it towed. I'm sure he's not that hard for cash. He could pay to get the car towed back to his house and get it with a replacement tire on it, or just leave it there and come back for it the next day. Because I'm pretty sure not a single state in the United States tows a car immediately upon it being deemed abandoned or whatever. But whatever, he did the thing. That's whatever. That's what he wanted to do. So he didn't make it to the courthouse. Onision was already gone. Repsion was already gone. So his chat told him, go to Onision's house, interview him. So him and his friend went to, or his roommate went to Onision's house, where they were confronted by a woman who told them, hey, get out of here. We don't want this drama in our neighborhood. Please leave. She's calling the sheriff. The cops never showed up, or if they did, it wasn't shown on the live stream. Unsure. But during the entire interview, the interview in quotations they did with Onision, uh, jokes were made about the victims. Laughter was had. Billy and Onision sitting there playing around. Billy letting Onision hump him. Just jump on him and start just humping away, which was disturbing to see. And Billy not asking any questions that super chats are yelling at him to do. Even the friend there was asking some of the questions like, what about the victims? What about this? And it kind of devolved into 40 minutes of Onision telling everyone he's innocent and throwing as many of the victims he can underneath the bus. And mind you, that's a very big bus at this point because he's thrown everyone he can underneath that bus. Currently, as of recording this, he potentially is throwing his wife, husband, spouse, I'm gonna go husband to be politically correct because that's what she wants to be. That's what he wants to be called. I'm bad with words. Guy, man, he, him, husband. There we go. Wants to be called. So that's what we're gonna go with. Kai is all the pictures of Kai that were on Ishan's Twitter, Instagram, and a variety of other social medias are being deleted by Onision right now. And people only noticed this about an hour or so ago, and well, 3 hours ago. And the joke, the meme is that oh, Onision has killed Kai, and most likely is trying to hide the evidence that Kai ever existed, and gonna post videos that oh, you thought Kai was a real person? Why would you think Kai was a real person? His take of comedy. But whatever. Most likely, he is trying to hide some information about Kai. That way, Kai doesn't have a panic attack as much, or he's planning something. because he did admit that Kai sent pictures, an accidental nip slip to Sarah. So it seems to be that he's preparing to throw Kai completely underneath the bus to save himself, which hopefully does not happen with him saving himself. And Kai realizes that he's married to a complete and utter douchebag who cares not for anything about them or their kids. But moving on back on to what we were talking about with Billy the Fridge. Now the Billy the Fridge stream happened and people were pissed, mainly Sarah, because the next night when Billy the Fridge was streaming, Sarah popped in and told him, "You're a fucking retard. What the hell were you doing?" And Billy gave a half-hearted apology. People say it's half-hearted because he did not seem sincere in his apology. He says he was, but with how he acted with Onision and how he acted before Sarah popped in, there's a good chance he did not give a shit about the victims and was more concerned with his image of wanting to be that nice, big, fat guy. Or less fat guy now. He has lost weight. So, that happened. That sparked other people to start commenting on that. And Billy the Fridge, well, Jeff Holiday decided to make a comment about Chris Hansen. Uh, the Chris Hansen investigation and other people who were covering the covering the drama with Onision and everything else, calling them all clout chasers, not having any skin in the game, being retarded and whatnot. Basically, Jeff Holiday being Jeff Holiday, which, if you watch anything of the Bloodsport era, that happened. Well, fuck, that was almost that event was almost 2 years ago. Well, past 2 years now. But Jeff Holiday made a Bloodsport channel go against other Bloodsport channels, and they lost completely because they decided to start attacking Andy Worski. And that was a mistake because Andy Worski just took it with strides and did his thing in other channels, and they started turning one another, and Jeff Holiday and his co-host just got curb stomp of views and ended up stopping doing that Bloodsport podcast they were trying to do. Because Jeff Holiday isn't that good with content, in my opinion. That's my opinion. So, with the interview with Billy being dissected by multiple channels, Stevie Wolf got a hold of it. And Stevie Wolf, great guy. Once again, if you want to know anything about Onision, or see a man, not a guy, a man, take apart anything Onision's done last few years and dissect it, look up Steve Wolf's mirrored videos, because he removed a lot of his Onision stuff from his channel a while back because he wanted to step away from the Onision stuff because he felt like nothing was going to happen with it. And then like 3 months later, the whole Chris Hansen stuff started up, and oh boy, those videos are popular now, even on the mirror channels. There are a few that are lost to time because they got deleted and there was no backup for them, and nobody mirrored them in time. So there are still a few gone. But Stevie Wolf went over the Billy the Fridge stuff, and that's how I watched the live stream, was through Stevie Wolf's interpretation of it. And even with Stevie pausing and going over it, it looks bad for Billy, because keep in mind, Billy was a friend of Onision's for a while. Billy was constantly trying to get Billy, when he became friends with Ben. That we'll get at that a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. I have to establish the narrative before I get a hold of anything else. So Jeff Holiday made a video. Well, Jeff Holiday didn't make a video. He talked about the Onision drama and called Chris Hansen an idiot. Made points about the laptop being fucked up and everything else. Basically trying to put everything on Chris Hansen and not realize that there was Vince involved, which was the guy Chris Hansen had basically running all the technical stuff for the live streams. So Chris Hansen was doing other technical stuff that Chris Hansen, he's old. He probably doesn't know how to work on it very well. Vince was an idiot, fucked a lot of shit up, and potentially threatened potentially wanted to erase the hard drive of a laptop for some reason because he claimed that he was some a technical engineer or something involving that. No, a for electronic forensics guy, so he could look at a laptop and oh, this thing right here was here, and we're gonna move stuff around. And since he was going to tamper with the evidence and potentially lose everything if he would actually fucked with that hard drive. But we're not worried about that. Jeff Holiday doesn't pay attention to facts. He doesn't watch information. He likes to take what little bit of information that he can gather within a few seconds of looking up any topic, and that's his story. That's how it was. How now we're going to back up to how Jeff Holiday got involved with the Onision drama to begin with. It was due to Joy Sparkle. Joy Sparkle BS. The indigo child flower girl, the woman who can cure cancer with spices and herbs and spices, and is able to, tell your bullshit from anyone, and has memory loss of have the memory span of a gerbil or a goldfish. Yes, there we go. Has memory span of a goldfish, due to her birth control implant corroding inside of her and giving her fibromyalgia. I think that's how you pronounce it, which makes her body dump copper constantly, even though the implant's been out of her body for years, and she is supposed to have copper problems. So you're supposed to have rings around your eyes from the copper being in your system, and a variety of stuff. This doesn't make sense. She was going to have a debate with Onision. She had a debate with Onision, made a big deal about it, and Jeff Holiday popped into the YouNow chat Onision was in and decided to go off him for 14 minutes. That's how I found out about Jeff Holiday. And I admit that was entertaining to watch someone go off on Onision the first time. If you watch it, you realize immediately that Jeff Holiday just made a big oopsie because all Onision's doing is they're laughing because Jeff Holiday is doing what was doing what Nissan said his haters do, which is just lash out at him and call him names, which Jeff Holiday did. Not the big brain move that he should have made, but whatever. Fast forward a few, and after that, maybe he made like one video on it, and I guess that's the only one I watched, and I didn't touch Jeff Holiday ever again. The whole thing with Joy Sparkle, it was a mess, but we're not gonna, this is not about Joy Sparkle. This is about Onision, Billy Fridge, and whatnot's going on there. So Stevie Wolf does a video breakdown of Jeff Holiday's video and basically destroys any points, makes fun of him every now and again because that's what Stevie does. He makes fun of people while he's talking because most stuff's off the cuff. He just does not. He'll just call you a dumbass if he feels like calling you a dumbass. Well, in Billy's case, a fat ass because yes, Billy's still fat. He is losing weight, but I don't know. I don't know how well Billy is doing health-wise. But whatever, he's trying. The video gets reviewed, what gets made, and people watch it. Now, I'm going to put some take in here on Jeff Holiday. Actually, I'll put it in a little bit. We'll wait on that because it'll make more sense in a few minutes. So, that gets Billy the Fridge and Ben of the Drunken Peasants, the current Drunken Peasants, decided to watch Stevie Wolf's response to Jeff Holiday's video. So it's a commentary on a commentary. You'll understand right in a minute. So that happens, and Billy the Fridge more or less says Stevie has no life. Stevie's life must be terrible because all he does is the Onision drama. Now I understand that saying Stevie wears the I made fun of Onision badge first as as an award or something, which no, he's just Stevie Wolf was just one of the first ones to make a video about it, which he is. You can go back and look, and if you can find the original dates of some of the videos that were uploaded at the time, yeah, Stevie Wolf was one of the first ones to actually go at him, and that's it. That's there on the Wayback Machine and whatnot. So that happens, and Stevie finds out about it and decides to make a commentary on the commentary on the commentary of Jeff Holliday's video. So Stevie responding to drunken peasants, responding to Stevie, responding to Jeff Holiday. And that's where Stevie gets a bit heated. Because Stevie's getting pissed off because Billy the Fridge is sounding very defensive over Onision and the fact that Jeff Holiday, the fact that Billy seems like he's trying to protect Onision. So that's my vibe from the whole thing, is that Billy Fritz seems like he was trying to protect Onision and downplay what Onision did. The fact that Billy Fritz was making a joke or two of the victims with Onision, enjoying the jokes and laughing along with him. Billy the Fridge then mans up and starts trash talking Stevie. So the guy can't stand up for the people he knows were hurt by this. He's going to take the side of Onision, which Onision there's more than enough proof to show that Onision lies about almost everything. So even if Billy has the idea that, oh, I was friends with him, so my friend wouldn't lie to me, he lied to his wife, he lied to his girlfriends, he lied to all the girlfriends, he lied about them, and that can be proven with information that most of them provided. Sure, it all could be lies, but highly doubtful, Billy. Highly doubtful, Billy the Fridge. But we're gonna pause for a second. So back to the concept of Billy the Fridge, and been watching that, and Billy Fridge going off on Stevie Wolf with the with the strength and the power that people wish he would have done with Onision, but Billy's a bit of a bitch in person, so he won't do that He won't do that in real life. But has the nerve to call someone else who has done this part time for years, and at the moment his channel is unmonetized, has been according to Stevie Wolf, has been unmonetized since 2015, and wasn't the one who made thousands of dollars on a live stream the day of the Nissan case, because Billy first kept saying, "Oh, I'm gonna make it to the courthouse. I'm gonna go to the courthouse," and never did, and then used the idea of going to Nissan's house to interview him, and that was just 40 minutes of Billy awkwardly getting humped and telling shitty jokes. So they trash talk Stevie, and Stevie, and his response to that, just goes off on them and calls Billy mainly a money grubbing motherfucker, because Billy kept bringing the concept of, you just want to make money. You're just here to make money. You're just here to make money. Then again, no, Stevie isn't there to make money. Stevie has an actual job that pays him, and he doesn't make money off the videos themselves. He might make money from super chats, but that's if people donate, which not everyone donates to Stevie's super chats. He might get a few, maybe he gets some here and there, but he doesn't get them constantly. So that's debunked right there, Billy boy. But let's go on. Let's keep going. I keep saying but because I'm bad at this. So fast forward to Saturday, which they apparently talked to each other and had all this stuff taken care of. During the stream where Stevie was talking about, was watching the drunken peasants watch Jeff Holiday. Jeff Holiday popped in Stevie's chat and more or less insulted him and told him, "Hey, come in here and we'll talk together, kiddo." Stuff like that. Basically being an antagonizing little fucker, which that's all Jeff Holiday can do, is be an antagonizing little fucker. Because his viewpoints are mute and his ideas of how things should work are retarded. Even when he was doing blood sports, his ideas fell flat, and he usually would try to attack you when he ran out of ideas on debating, which, whatever. That was a thing for blood sports. So, now let's talk about the theory of what I have when it comes to what's been going on the last few months. It started with Keenstar. Keenstar decided on Twitter a few months ago to call out every commentary channel that was reporting the news and stuff, recovering the same information over and over again. During that time, a lot of news YouTube news channels or commentary channels were reporting on the Nissan drama because it was the newest thing and everybody wanted to be on the ground floor of it, which understandable. But Keemstar never touched it. Keemstar didn't touch it, which was surprising to a lot of people because out of everyone who on YouTube, you would think Keemstar would have. Sorry, Keemstar would have been the first one to go after it because he's the drama whore. He loves his drama. He will do anything for the drama. Well, he didn't. Instead, he posted channel, made a comment on his Twitter, saying that all of this was boring. Y'all have no idea what you're doing. Make some new content. So he called him out on that and asked him, why are you being this defensive? Why don't you make content about it? Why don't you cover it, Keemstar? Well, instead of doing that, he decided to comment more and get more of his best stuff. It was in one of those comments that I commented back to him with about the same about the following phrase that it sounds more like you're trying to protect Onision here, a kind of shielding of sorts, predator shielding. Is there something you're trying to hide? Are you afraid that when Onision goes down that you're going to be the next target? Which, has no basis to any of it. But I'm sure if someone did try looking at Keemstar long enough, they'll find something. Someone, someone as unstable as Keemstar when it comes to relationships and whatnot with other YouTubers, undoubtedly he has something that he doesn't want found. Even if it's nowhere near as bad as Onision, I'm sure there's something there. I don't know. We do know that he'll get paid off easily because the whole Oxhorn thing, where people believe that Oxhorn paid off Keemstar to not do a video on him. That Oxhorn paid off Keemstar so that Keemstar wouldn't do a video on Oxhorn, which is believable. During the whole part where Oxhorn was flagging down channels that were critical of him. But that's a concept that people forget every now and again. So you got Keemstar more or less calling all the commentary channels idiots for wanting to keep the information of Onision up and around so people are paying attention to it. That way Onision can't slink away like he did the last few times, because you remember the whole controversy with the website he ran where they had a bunch of underage girls in their underwear on it, and then Onision said, oh, my viewership has a bunch of people above 18, so that's what they all said. And then you have people in the forum saying, I'm 14, I'm 13, I'm 15, I'm 16. And all these girls look a lot younger than than 18. Yeah, that's a problem, but that got swept underneath the rug. I think before that, there was the Billy incident, where not the Billy the fridge, but the girl Billy, with the whole, wanting to lock her up in the basement, with a collar tied around her chained to the basement wall, you know, as you do. And the concept and the question about Sarah was 16-year-old living with you. So you got all that stuff going on, but nothing really happened until 2019 with Sarah coming and talking to everyone. So why would Keemstar not want to cover any of this? Why would Keemstar not want to cover any of this, but feels that the Paul brothers, doing some minute thing is worth several days worth of videos, but not Onision, the man who has a very large wiki page dedicated to him by people who just want to archive every shitty thing he's done. So you have that going on. Then after the court case started happening, you have all these other people wanting to deflect information away from, or deflect ideas from Onision, like Jeff Holiday. What Jeff Holiday was doing, the way it seemed like he was doing was trying to divert your attention away from the other channels that are covering Onision and change the direction of the viewpoint where you get your viewpoints from. Same thing with Billy, wanting to say, oh, these other channels are just doing it for money. Don't listen to them. So these three guys have one. thing in common. They're trying to direct the attention somewhere else. Might not, it's not a good thing, but or it's not a good plan, but it can be viewed as that way, at least by me. Now, what am I saying when I say they're diverting attention? So, Keemstars, all three of these have one thing. It can be diverted. Sorry. All three people, you can break it down into three reasons why. I'll list the worst one to well the best case scenario answer to the worst case scenario answer. Best case scenario answer is they're they just want to divert attention to their channel that's going to be releasing videos. Because Keemstar alluded that he was going to release a video about it. I don't know if that video ever came out. Jeff Holiday, the way he was acting, it seemed like he wanted to keep the channels that actually are harder on Onision not be your main source of Onision news. So there might be the idea that he's going to make videos of his own that cover Onision. And Jeff Holiday has a habit of getting information wrong because he doesn't look at information. Then Billy the Fridge, he might just want to divert attention away from some of the bigger, more critical channels and divert them to the channels that just repeat information. Because just because when you just view information, you're you're meant to come up with your own opinion. If you are watching a channel that gives more critical of the information, you might develop your opinion more critically in, to match the person who's telling you the information if they're critical about the information. Which, yes, that can be bad in some situations, but if CB wasn't as critical as he was in his videos, potentially even I would be a fan of Onision. And I haven't been a fan of him since 2012, maybe late 2011, and I was watching his content months before he made this banana video. So that's a long time. So that's the first part covered. The second part, they're all the people trying to change the direction you get information from are doing it because they have some stake and some stake in it and making money themselves, whether it be getting information, getting people to go view something else for a monetary reason. So you stop viewing Stevie Wolf and start viewing someone else that Keemstar knows. Well, then that person that Keemstar knows might thank Keemstar for diverting traffic away from this one person to him. Jeff Holiday, well, of course he'll make money if he diverts traffic away from someone else to himself. And Billy the Fridge, he'll make money by diverting traffic away from someone else to him. Because if I have a feeling Billy Fridge might start making videos or live streams in which he talks about the past Onision drama. You might start watching old Onision videos and telling people in the audience, yeah, Greg mentioned this to me, or James mentioned this to me, and he said that he doesn't believe this stuff anymore. This was back during, most of this stuff was fake. Basically trying to get the audience back on Nishon's side, because Billy the Fridge seems like be that kind of guy who just wants a forever friend in Greg. Then the worst case scenario, and this is the worst case scenario in general for all three of them, they're afraid that once Onision goes down, the people who went after Onision might start looking into stuff they've done themselves or that people they know have done. So potentially Keemstar might be friends with someone that might go on the radar of some people once Onision's done for and people start looking at other stuff on YouTube. Maybe Keemstar's done something people want to look into themselves. Like I said, probably nothing as bad as Onision, but we don't know. Then you have Billy the Fridge. People might start looking into the Drunken Peasants. And Jeff Holiday into his entire connection with what was it called? That convention was it? The Kilroy event with Base Mama and whatnot, and all and how that went to shit. Yeah, people might look into that and see if Jeff Holiday was really how involved Jeff Holiday actually was with that. Mr. Mecker, if you want to see what Kilroy was, I recommend looking up Jeff Holiday. Mr. Mecker's Crowd and Tea video saga. He actually goes in. The Kilroy event comes up into it a little bit, and watching the Kilroy videos that were done at the time with people commentating on what was going on in Kilroy. And Mr. Mecker getting a hold of Monday Matt at Kilroy, and oh boy, that was a fun little live stream. So you have these people who have a stake, an interest in it, and then you wonder, what does Onision have on Billy for Billy to defend Onision this much? That's another question. Does Onision have something on Billy that if Billy doesn't defend Onision might release it and fuck up Billy's entire career? We don't know. We have speculation, that's it. Now, we have to also think about what potentially could be going on with Ben from the Drunken Peasants. Probably not Ben directly, but at least the Drunken Peasant community. Because at one point in time, the Drunken Peasants had an admin, back during the Bloodsports heyday, that was removed from the Discord of the Drunken Peasants because he was soliciting underage girls for pictures. And he got caught doing the same shit in another Discord, another Bloodsports Discord, and was removed from the Discord post-haste. From the reports, because I wasn't able to I don't look up the Discord stuff because I don't know where to find that stuff. I can only go off of the rumors and the information that was tweeted at the time. The Discord admin, who was asking the pictures, wasn't removed immediately. It took him a bit of time to remove him from the Drunken Peasants Discord. Could that have been because there was enough evidence? Could that have been because there wasn't anyone online who could remove him? Or could that have been something even worse? We don't know. We probably will never know. But I think that what's going on currently with Onision and the people trying to deflect traffic away from people talking about being critical of the information involving Onision and Onision's side of the story in quotations, and trying to paint other details as not as bad, are deflecting to protect a predator. A form of troll shielding, a term Mr. Menaker used, in which a group of people go ham on defending someone, not because they care about that person, but because they want to make it easier for them to defend themselves later. Because if there's such a backlash of going after if there's just such a backlash of hatred towards the person trolling. Okay, better example. The person getting trolled is Onision. Onision's the target. Everyone's going after Onision. Well, people defend Onision. So even if Onision does go down, there was so much hectic from these bigger channels shutting down trying to go after these smaller channels, that the smaller channels might back off when there's something comes up for these other channels that were defending Onision. So there won't be as many people willing to go after the other channels anymore. It's a deterrent, essentially. Could that be happening? Possibly. Is it happening? Possibly. We don't know until we see it happen. There are quite a few things that could change, and all this could just be nonsense I'm speaking, which probably is. So I am hoping to watch the Drunken Peasants live stream Drunken Peasants record live stream now, in which they have Stevie on, which would be great. But Billy has 2 switches, it seems. Yeah, a few switches, yeah. He takes a book from Greg. Page from Greg's book here. From just the few seconds I watched of him, I saw a timestamp in there and it said not true. click the timestamp at like 20 something, 20:48, 36, something along that time. And he's telling Stevie that no one cares about your content. If only the anti-O's care about your content. And without Onisan, you wouldn't have anything. Not true. He's done a lot of rants about different things, and I like most of them. His music's pretty good too. I started listening to his live streams, and just listening to him create the music, it's kind of interesting. Soothing too, very soothing. Especially when I'm doing, especially if I can catch the rebrought the video itself, because I don't get a chance to catch the live stream very often. Just listening to the playback of the live streams, pretty calming, especially when I'm doing work. Really, really amazing to listen to. But the hopefully the live stream sheds a bit of light. But Billy was Billy portrays himself as this nice guy with a bit of a kick to himself. If you want to see truly what he's trying to mimic, watch the older drunken peasants back before Billy even started coming on the show. Back when it was Paul, Ben, TJ, and Scotty. Those four. You'll find that he's trying to mimic Paul and Scotty. At least in my opinion, he's trying to mimic their outburst, and he's also trying to do the whole thing Onision does, where when he talks to people, in which he puts on a different persona to interact with people in a better way. Which that's kind of fucked up sounding when you think about it, right? Or is it just me? Those are his words, though. He changes his personality to help fit the person he's talking to. He said that to Stevie on their debate back during the whole Repsion thing. Repsion sending an email to Lainey's parents. Well, Kai's parents. Sorry, Kai's parents. So that's more something else for you to watch. I recommend finding a mirror version, because Onisan may have edited the live stream or removed it entirely. Because why the hell not? So there's always a chance that what you find is not going to be what actually is there. So yeah, but Billy goes from being a pathetic human in front of Onision to being this outraged machine that's all pissed off and everything, and then goes back to being a pussified bitch when he's talking to Sarah, one of the victims, calling him out on his shit. So brings the question: is he mad because someone called him out on his shit involving Stevie Wolf, or is he just going after Stevie Wolf because he thinks because drunken peasants have a bigger channel following that he can silence Stevie Wolf? That's a battle that Billy cannot win. Yeah. So that's gonna be enough of Onision for right now. Oh boy, that's longer than I thought it was gonna be. Essentially, I believe that Billy, Jeff Holiday, Keenstar, and other people around that circle, keep an eye on him after the Onision stuff's over with. Keep an eye on him. There might be something there, and hopefully, if there is something else there, maybe not involving them, but involving people they know, there might be a few more people removed from freedom. I don't know. Am I always for a witch hunt? No. Be entertaining though, won't it? But also help serve justice to those who need justice served to them. Anyway, that's an opinion that no one asked for and no one really cares about. More or less just 45 minutes of me talking just for the hell of it. Plus, if I didn't record it and talked about it, I probably just talk to myself in the car for the next few days. I don't know. Almost 45 minutes. So, you guys have fun. Hopefully this wasn't too stupid, too rambling. I know it's rambling. My god, I know it's rambling. So, have fun.